So Elon Musk has managed to get himself embroiled in what's going on here in the UK at the moment. And it started when he commented on a cartoon depicting the now widely acknowledged two-tier policing system. Well, I say acknowledged, it seems to be acknowledged by the vast majority of the public. Certainly if you read the comment section on any YouTube video or any news story from a mainstream media outlet, the general public and the general consensus from the public is that this two-tier policing system is very, very real. But Elon Musk commented on this, which started a sort of a back and forth between him and Keir Starmer and the establishment. And he went on to then critique Mr. Starmer's post where he talked about right-wing thuggery and how he was going to protect the Muslim community and protect mosques. Now, Elon Musk, quite rightly, and again, very much in line with the public consensus, came out and said, what about all communities? Why aren't you protecting all communities? Again, highlighting this two-tier policing system that the government are very keen to ignore, and as we saw from the police commissioner yesterday, they're very, very keen not to talk about, not to acknowledge, and not even to engage in any kind of conversation or any kind of discourse about. So this escalated, and Elon Musk's final comment on the situation was that civil war was inevitable. Now, this is the point at which he became demonised by the elite and by the mainstream, saying that he should apologise, that he should retract his comments, because in effect, given his profile, that is incitement to violence. Right, sorry to stop the video there. Just want to quickly ask a very, very big favour. If you like these videos, do please hit the subscribe button. It's absolutely free. And if you change your mind and you get bored of me rambling on about random things, you can always unsubscribe at any time. Also, if you appreciate the videos, there will be a link in the description to buy me a beer. Yes, the URL says buy me a coffee, but we all know, don't we? Anyway, back to the video. And that is the main problem here. It is because of Elon Musk's profile. I said at the beginning of this video that the comments that Elon Musk have made are very much in line with the majority, not all, but the majority of comments you will read from members of the British public if you look in the comment section on news videos on YouTube or in the comment section of mainstream media outlets. Elon Musk's comments do reflect pretty much the general feeling amongst an awful lot of the country here in the UK. So it's only because of his platform that the elite and the ruling classes are running a little bit scared of Elon Musk's rhetoric. But it doesn't stop there. I believe it's also because Elon Musk is seen by the establishment as someone who should be one of the establishment. We've talked about previously the two-tier policing system, but also the two-tier government system and the two-tier media, which I believe is one of the most dangerous of them all. The holy trinity, I think I called it, of two-tier governance. Because the mainstream media, and that includes mainstream social media, with Elon Musk being in charge of Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, they are there to help perpetuate and support the message that is being put out there by the ruling classes. And I don't think Elon Musk's comment about civil war being inevitable was inaccurate. In fact, I would go as far as to say it's gone beyond that. I believe that to some extent we are currently engaged in civil war. Now, it might not be instantly recognisable as such, it may not be in line with what we perceive war to be. However, if we look at what has been happening on the streets over the last few days, and I'm not talking necessarily about the so-called far-right thugs and their rioting, but if we look at the groups of Asian men who are marauding the streets, walking the streets armed, with machetes, with bats and with other weapons, who are outwardly and acknowledgingly looking for white people, white men, to attack, that sounds very much like the basis of civil war to me. Now, of course, this isn't being reported on as widely in the media as the right-wing thugs or the supposed right-wing thugs going into the migrant hotel and causing structural and physical damage to the building, which of course I once again don't condone. Okay, but actually if you look beyond the mainstream media, there are plenty of examples of white people being attacked. There are plenty of examples of gangs roaming the streets, Muslim and Asian gangs of men roaming the streets, often draped in Palestinian flags or whatever, who are attacking white members of the public. You don't need to look too far to find them, and there are plenty of examples. all right, but you won't see them in the mainstream media. So it's fairly safe to say that even if we're not at full-scale civil war at the moment, there are certainly murmurings and the underpinnings of conflict between various factions here in the UK. Now, one of the key differences I think I would say is that most of the time, whilst I don't condone violence against police, and I certainly don't condone violence against innocent members of the public, the right wing are attacking the infrastructure and the authorities that support the faction of which we are almost at civil war, or where the tensions lie between us and them. The other factions are actually attacking people, normally innocent members of the public, based on nothing more than their ethnicity, the colour of their skin, and the fact they identify as British. That sounds very much to me like civil war. So well done, Elon, for commenting as a human being rather than an establishment bot. Okay, obviously I pray that this could all get settled reasonably. I hope for peace in our country. I hope for a resolution, but that won't come about until there is an acceptance from the government as to the cause of the dissatisfaction, the unrest, the tension, and ultimately the violence that we are currently seeing.